Hey guys, it's Phil Morrison, dating coach for men with social anxiety. I'm going to talk about the 3 levels of fear. So this comes from the classic book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. And since my job is to help people conquer the fears around talking to attractive girls and getting dates, I read the classic text on fear and break it down to help people out. So level 1 fears, these are surface level fears, and it's usually the fear of something specific. For example, the fear of going to college and enrolling on a course. In the context of what I'm teaching, the fear of spotting a girl that you like, going over, saying hey what's up, and starting a conversation. So this is a level 1 fear. Level 2 fears, these are a lot deeper. So these are to do with things such as, for example, it's the reason why someone might be afraid to enroll in college. Maybe they're afraid of failing the course and feeling like they're really stupid. Maybe you're afraid of approaching a girl because you're afraid of getting rejected, you're afraid of having your ego crushed. So these are deeper things, and it's really the reason why you're afraid of a particular activity or doing a particular action. So you might think, right, I'm really afraid of talking to girls. That's something that has always scared me. Why am I afraid of that? Well, I'm afraid of getting rejected, afraid of looking stupid, afraid of being judged by people around me, afraid of my image, all of these things. Then there's a third level of fear, and it all comes down to this same level, this same concept, which is the fear of not being able to handle a painful truth. So in the context of talking to a girl, right, and asking her out on a date, the level 1 fear is exactly that. Like, man, I'm so scared to approach this girl and have a conversation and ask her out for a coffee. What if she says no? What if I get rejected? Then you've got to the second level of fear, the rejection. I'm afraid of being rejected. I'm afraid of having my image crushed. Why? Because you're afraid that you can't handle the emotions and the pain that comes up alongside this, whether it's embarrassment, whether it's sadness, anger. You're afraid that you can't handle what's going to come up. If you're into psychology and you like Carl Jung, I really like his stuff. Basically, you're afraid of the shadow coming up, or parts of the shadow, and you feeling a certain way. So when I'm coaching people, what I'm doing is proving to them that they can handle the painful side of when things go wrong, in a safe way, of course, because I'm working on irrational fears as opposed to rational fears, right? I'm not working on getting people over the fear of heights, for example. It's social fears, and people are afraid usually of embarrassing themselves, being judged by other people, looking stupid, getting rejected, being humiliated. And when you actually go out there, put yourself on the line and take the risk, you're afraid of these things happening because you're afraid that you won't be able to handle it. But when you practice these things in a safe, controlled way, you will have these experiences of embarrassment, rejection, but you'll realize that you're way tougher than you give yourself credit for. And just because you couldn't handle these things when you was younger doesn't mean you can't handle them now. And something that I realized is that when you're not prepared for something and it hits you, the shock factor is one of the reasons why you can't handle it. So I remember in my first year at university, probably sound kind of stupid saying this, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people judging me because I know I can handle it. But I really fancied this girl that I lived with, and I'd never been on a date before in my entire life. I fancied her for the whole year, and towards the end of the year she broke up with her boyfriend at the time, and she told me this in the kitchen, and I was kind of surprised she told me, and I thought, oh, that's a hint. Maybe she's trying to tell me she's single. I definitely did like her. So I asked her out, and she said no. And at the time, that really hurt me because I was shocked by it. I was expecting a yes. I really thought, oh, this person definitely likes me back. If I just commit, it's bound to work. And she was like, nope, you're not my type, I'm not interested. And at the time, that really crushed me. But it's because I did like this person, and it was the shock factor. But when you go out there and you're actually prepared to handle rejection, to handle embarrassment, looking stupid, when you're ready for that, you're mentally ready for that, and there's no shock factor, it's never really that bad. So even if you do a public talk, for example, and you start to fumble over your words and stutter, and you think, okay, I look a bit stupid now, but you realize that you're still here, you're still breathing, it's really not that bad. So there's something amazing about focus. I'm actually reading the book at the moment, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and so far it's really fantastic. I think there's a lot of wisdom in what the author's saying. I love the topic of focus. And when you focus on things and you're really prepared, you can handle so much. It's actually, that is shocking. It's shocking at what you can handle, and especially when you make certain lifestyle changes. Something which is so simple, which I tell all of my clients, and they're like, I paid to learn this information that is so simple, but it really helps. If you do high intensity cardiovascular training 2 to 3 times a week, and you get your diet on point, you can handle so much more emotionally. That is shocking in itself. You'll go out there and have these experiences, and let's say you fail, right? You experience the worst case scenario, the reason why you're scared of something, the what if this happens, and you're standing there and you're thinking, it's really not that bad. I can handle this perfectly well. And when you can handle it, that's when the fear reduces massively. I'm not saying it goes away completely, that would be a lie, but it reduces massively. So when I'm going out there and talking to girls, I know that I can handle every single possible outcome. And often I have to demonstrate for people that I'm coaching, and I'll call out what I'm thinking and feeling. I'll say, right now, of course there's some fear that I might get rejected by this girl here. Of course there's a fear of me looking stupid, stumbling over my words. But do you know what? I don't need to protect myself. I don't need to hide away. I can handle that. I can handle these people judging me when I'm making a video in a public garden. I can handle people judging me when I've spotted a girl I like and I'm talking to her. I can handle that. And because I can genuinely handle that, and I know I can fully commit. And there's something magical about complete determination and sheer commitment. And I knew this already, but it's funny that I'm reading that book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And I'm paraphrasing, but he says something along the lines of, one thing he's learned in his time is that when a man fully commits to something and is willing to stake his entire future, he's sure to win. And this is something which I completely agree with. And when you can commit 100% and you're all in, you almost always succeed. And it's kind of scary because people think, what if I commit fully and fail? But when you commit fully, you very, very rarely fail. You almost always succeed. And what you need, and to be able to commit fully, is proof that you can handle the failures, and also proof that it's possible to succeed. When you have these two things and you're super determined and you just go for it, it's amazing at the kind of things that you can actually accomplish in life. And these goals that you might have had that you've never achieved before, when you have that sheer determination, you can actually do these things that you didn't think were possible. It's that extra 10%, being 100% committed rather than 90% committed. And this is a great value in my coaching, because when I'm working with people, often when they're starting out, understandably, they're kind of half-arsing it. They've got one foot in, one foot out. They're approaching, they're having conversations, but they're not all chips in to begin with. So they're just like, oh, hey, excuse me. And they're kind of going in and backing off at the same time. There's a hesitancy there. But when they get past that and they fully commit, that's when they get the fantastic responses, and it actually sticks out in people's head because they're making an impression. Then when you do that, you're not going to have someone not replying to you. The girl will reply back. You will go on a date when you're that confident and that committed. And that's the stage that I try and get all of my clients to. And it's not easy. It's a process that takes time, and you kind of have to make a start and start doing something. And in the same way, you know, in Napoleon Hill's book, he says, think and grow rich. You have to think and grow successful in every area of life. And it's natural to be partially committed when you begin, and over time, when you start to take massive action, you just keep on going no matter what. Your motivation goes up. You're like unstoppable. When you get to that stage, you're committing more, then you're projecting more, and you're getting more back. So I started off talking about the 3 levels of fear, and now I'm talking about being determined and committed and just straight up going for what you actually want in life. This is so powerful. And if there's one thing that I can get across to my clients, it's this. And really, all these things that you thought you couldn't achieve, so many guys out there are in disbelief, and they're like, Phil, I just believe I'm going to be alone forever. I don't believe I can get a girlfriend, a date. They've lost their belief. But when they fully commit, it almost always works. As in, well, it always works if they're willing to approach a number of girls and take the risk. And you can get to a stage where every single 2 hours of being out there approaching, you can have 1 or 2 dates that you've set up for the future. So it works fantastically well, so much better than online dating. And full commitment is just the best way to get confident. And when you think about it, if you go back to the tribal caveman times, full commitment and determination and just keeping on going, this is what a successful man would do. It was really, really hard to find fish, to find meat, sources of food. These traits of just sheer commitment, all chips in, fully going for it. These are the traits of the most successful person in the tribe, the biggest giver to the entire group. So really, when you're thinking, well, what traits are going to attract the girl, it's this. It's sheer determination, sheer commitment to your own life and your own success. And maybe you could say the first step in this is a deep step, but it's finding out what your purpose in life is and defining it super clearly. So I'm going to do some videos in future where I help you out with this, since I found out my purpose in life, which is this, dating coach for men with social anxiety. Since I found out this purpose, my life's been so much better, and I love what I do. I'm so passionate about it, and I want to help you find your purpose, because this allows you to fully commit over time and have a big impact. And if you're a guy out there and you're in disbelief, you're like, Phil, I don't think I can get a date. I've tried really hard, but the apps aren't working and I'm just not meeting anyone. Come down to my weekend dating program on the 20th and 21st of May. It's from 1 till 6 p.m. in Birmingham for a group of up to 4 guys. The spots are already starting to fill up, so please email me to apply for a place. Providing that you're a guy with good ethics, I'll let you into the program. It's £250 to book your place for 10 hours of coaching, and I want you to bring that attitude of commitment. So we start off going for coffee, have a nice social chat to loosen up and get into the right state to be socializing. Then we go out and I take you to the best streets, the best places in the daytime, bookshops, art galleries, really wide streets, public squares. I demonstrate how to start conversations with girls that you like with confidence, continue the conversation and ask the girl out for coffee. I demonstrate how to handle rejection and how to succeed in spite of it, and I coach you so that you can have fantastic interactions and find dates. And if you commit to the program 100%, at the very least, you're going to find one girl that likes you by the end of the 2 days. If you really commit and really keep on going, you'll gain massive confidence. You'll find friends that you can go out and practice with. So doing things in real life is so much more rewarding than going on the apps and swiping endlessly. You don't want to be doing that. That doesn't build real world confidence and social skills. It's not the best for your mental health. And if I didn't mention, it's in Birmingham, United Kingdom. So if you're interested in doing this program and joining the other guys that have already emailed me and made the transfer, then email me and tell me you're interested. I'll schedule a quick Zoom call to check that we actually get on and you're a good person, and then you can come along to the program. Maybe you'll find a date, a girlfriend, a wife, massive confidence and friends. That is guaranteed, and you have a really strong chance of getting a date if you fully commit. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe to help me grow the channel, to get my ratings up so I can help out more people. Have a fantastic rest of your day.